Hi guys, welcome. Okay, I'm back for the final live stream of the day. And I'm just gonna pull it up on here. Little Miss over here's got the hiccups. You could hear that. I found it. I got it. Okay, first person here is Coco. Kay's intentions towards me. What are Kay's intentions? Somebody has not really napped at all today. She's going to be perseverant. She's not giving up. Coming up, you may have some fun, carefree, spontaneous times with the Fool. Embarking on a new journey is possible. Picking up a spiritual practice. You also may have some choices with her. She may give you like some kind of options about different things that she wants to do in the near future. She's going to be perseverant. She's not giving up this connection. Not right now. Nope. So, Sully. Can I see Sully for a minute? I'll give him right back. Sully the green monkey. Everyone's telling me I got to get another one of these. And I'm like, where the hell am I going to find another one like this? I've had this for, I don't know, ever. I found him on eBay. He's not green. There's like a white one, there's a brown one. And then I found the green one, but the green one's $25. So I got to think about it. If I should buy extra Sullys. You want an extra Sully? In case something happens to him. Everybody is saying it. Yeah? Soleil, what can I expect in Libra season? Well, come Libra season, right? We got Justice, that's Libra. You're going to have choices. What is going on here? There's going to be choices around you. There may be choices of jobs. There may be choices around living situations. There may be choices where you have divine timing comes in and plays a part. There even may be something going on around school or some kind of job training in Libra season. A lot could be going on. A lot could be happening. Anna, how does Abdil feel now that I've called him out? That's why I invented my pillow. My patented pillow adjusts to your exact individual needs and helps keep your neck supported and aligned. I'm interrupting this commercial right now to give you he feels disrespected and betrayed. Six of Pentacles in reverse and the Seven of Swords. Disrespected and betrayed. It's okay. Soleil, how will the Houston family trip go? It should go pretty well. It should go pretty well. Feeling like you made it to the top of the mountain, feeling like things went. Nine of Wands is like feeling like things are like, I don't have to worry anymore. I can breathe a sigh of relief. The world here is surrounding it. The trip should be good. It should be a pleasant time. I mean, not that there can't be there. Look, whenever you take a trip, there always can be some kind of a nuisance thing that happens. But overall, the trip should be successful. It should be a nice time. Miss Levon, general love. Okay, you have a couple of opportunities coming up. If you're not with anyone right now, there's a Taurus coming in who's going to be quite persuasive. You may also need to make a decision because there's a Capricorn here too. And you're also going to have some luck when it comes to love. You're also maybe feeling a little bit more financially stable. So there's a lot to be looking forward to in the next couple of weeks. Emily, general love. You're another one that may have to make some decisions. You've got a decision coming in around love. You got a Gemini and you also have a Cancer. But the sun is coming in over your love life. You're going to be presented with an offer that's going to be hard to refuse. And you may be prepared to take it. Walking away from things that no longer serve you. And heading towards things that work better. There is a Gemini, a Cancer around you. Then there's another air sign, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. So there's going to be a couple of options coming in, which is definitely good to have choices and to keep a lot of energy around you. Miss Ronnie, no contact from the Sag. What's going on? You should be hearing from him, if not today, but soon. Because there's passion, there's strength, victory around the situation, and passion. There's also the feeling of abundance coming in around it. Laying down the law, cutting through bullshit, you may kind of give it to him. I'm okay with that. You might have a little argument, but that's okay. The sun is coming out over the situation, which means happiness is coming. If you want it, you know, you always have the opportunity to turn it away. You know, it's your call at this point. I mean, you pretty much are going to have him, I'm thinking, around your finger. You can call all the shots in the near future. Anna, what's coming in for me in June?
2.5 years, $25 million. So what do we know? In January 2017, Comey basically provides President Trump a copy of the Steele dossier and says to the president, I don't know if this is
you may be feeling a little bit more like the weight of the world is no longer on your shoulders and you're feeling a little bit grounded, deep-rooted, and stable. Might have a decision to make. You may be letting a little tarot moment move into the past. Excuse me, lady, but you're biting my knee. You also have a love relationship, possibly with a Cancer, moving forward in the month of June, or there's a love interest around you that you're prepared for. And you got the sun coming in over your life. So you got some good stuff coming in. What's the matter, lovey? What's the matter, baby? What's the matter, baby? Elizabeth. What will happen if Chris and I date again when he texts, okay? Can we lay you down over here, lover?
Yeah, so let me answer the question asked about people in the FBI. Well, the FBI thought Steele wasn't very because
You should be hearing from him soon. It could be at the beginning of the summer, like right around the change of season, which is like the 21st. It shows that, you know, you could have happiness. Happiness could, is a little bit delayed, but your relationship with him can change quickly, even overnight. If you wanted to go back with him, the fear is, or the issue here is that you may fall back into the same old routine, and you may realize that once you get back with him that nothing has really changed. And there's the heartbreak card. So I'm not so sure that you would be happy long term with this situation if you went back to it. But you're going to have the opportunity, and you should be hearing from him soon within the next couple of weeks or so. Jelena, how did O feel after our long talk? He was like, he felt, well, half of him felt like he was a little uprooted and ungrounded, but he also felt like he's a little bit relieved. He feels like things have slowed down. The hangman is here. He's a little bit apprehensive or worried that things are not going to move forward, or that he's kind of stuck in a shitty place. But he also feels a little bit of relief because the world and the Nine of Wands is around him. So he's kind of has mixed feelings about this talk, whatever it was that you talked about. That's okay. Listen, I think communication is good regardless. Julie, will I get a job at the Marshall facility? I think you will. I'm pretty confident that you will. Anna, will I take a mini trip this summer? Yes, I think you will. Soleil, will Thomas's girlfriend be a nuisance on the trip? Nah, I don't think so. I think she'll be okay. Sarah, how does he feel about me? He's an Aries. He thinks that you're balanced, easygoing, easy to be around, pleasant, peaceful, serene, attractive, prepared, successful, loving and kind, courageous, loyal, and strong. Anna, will I see signs of the love spell working before the end of summer? Yeah, I think you will. 70%, but you also have the 10 of Cups, so that takes it up even higher. Krista, how is Jay currently feeling about our connection? Good. He feels successful, respectful, and confident. Emily, what will happen between me and Elvis the Taurus? Okay, this relationship looks like it's slow and steady here is winning the race. But stability will come in if you take your time, and it grows like kind of organically. He may not be so persistent, or he may not be pursuing you hard or fast. Just might take some time. In the future, he'll be a little bit more prepared. And there could be some passion that comes in. It's not going to happen right away. This guy needs a little bit of time to kind of get there. What's the matter? What's the matter?
When I started first seeing the results, I got excited. It makes me feel younger. My relationship with my hair is fantastic. We're good friends now. I love it. And it works.
Oh, God bless. Jelena, what are the Leos feeling towards me today? He thinks that, well, today the energy is like It's positive, flowing, love, success, and abundance. So today it's good. Attraction, forward movement. The Ace Cup of Love is here. That's pretty good. Energy today is nice. AJ, should I go on the lunch date with Ambrose tomorrow? I don't see why not. Let's see what the cards have to say about that. Sully's over here. Yeah, you should go. Why not? Go for it. Susie, I'm struggling tonight like he's in my energy. I'm not picking him up here right now. I'm picking up maybe if there's some regret or there's some things are stagnant, you can't move forward. The Six of Swords is indicating that you will move past it. If you just keep hanging in there, you'll move past this. Balance will also get restored. And peace will return to your life. If you feel like he's around you or you can't get him out of your head, I would go try to do something that takes your mind off of it. Like I wouldn't watch TV or watch a movie. I would go do something that requires brain power to really distract yourself. Like a crossword puzzle or something like that. Because that sometimes just keeping your mind occupied is helpful. I mean, he's going to reach out to you again at some point. I don't think it's going to be tonight, though, but at some point he will. There's no doubt in my mind. Darlene, love reading for the next 4 months with the Aquarius in me. Okay. All right, here's the Aquarius who shows up, but it shows that things are kind of stagnant and not changing quickly. There may be some arguments or some fights around this situation or feeling a little bit uprooted and ungrounded. I don't know if he's got a third party around him. He may have a third party around him. Three of Cups in reverse, third party interference. So he may not be looking like he's, doing too much of the work. He's not persevering. He's not prepared to. Two of Wands in reverse. And the relationship looks like it's stagnant with the Death card. So if you haven't seen or spoken to him, I don't think you're going to be hearing from him unless you reach out to him. Now, with all of that being said, you do have divine timing here and the powers that be looking out for you. So with this card, you could run into the Aquarius somewhere, or this could even take you in a different direction. But when the Judgment card shows up, no matter what's going on in the reading, it's but don't worry about it because things have a way of working out for them, have a way of working themselves out. I'm wondering if you're going to have some sharp words with this Aquarius because there's a lot of swords showing up here. We'll have to see what happens. Either way, with the Judgment card, you're either going to fix the relationship or there'll be somebody else that comes in. You'll be taken out of the situation and headed in a different direction. Kayla, General. Are you sleeping with your eyes open? Huh? You sleeping with your eyes open? You're tired and you're fighting it, is what's happening there.
his guys. He wants to have their back. Rather than defund the police, he wants to defend the 99.9%. He'll do a great job and invest even more in training properly, getting the best equipment.
Okay, you are about to embark on a personal transformation, the death card, and you're prepared. You also may have some money flowing to you. Perseverance. This money thing may be you pursuing a job, a new job, or a promotion or something. Page of Pentacles could be a new job idea, something that you focused on, spending a lot of time thinking about. But whatever it is, it's going to be successful. You have the world at your feet, and money is flowing towards you. You've got the High Priestess. Use your intuition. Adriana, what's coming in general? Being prepared to possibly take a road trip. It's possible that you're taking a little trip somewhere. Balance is coming back into your life. You may be feeling a little bit more like you could breathe a sigh of relief. You got some passion also returning to your life. Success is coming in. Eight of Pentacles, a new area of study. A new area of study or a new course or something like that. Krista, will Jay move out in June? Got a 70% chance, yes, he moves out in June. Adriana, how is my trip in October going to be? Okay, let's see. How's the trip in October going to be? It should go really well. Really well. Like a breath of fresh air, like the world is at your feet. I think you have a great time. Adriana, what's coming to me in love? Any surprises? Well, you're about to embark on a personal transformation. You've got a soulmate relationship coming in. You also have a new love interest coming in. Could be a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. A new beginning is coming. Plus the Empress is here. Love, money, abundance, fertility. It could, somebody else could definitely show up that is a new love interest, takes you by surprise and happens out of the blue. Sarah, what's coming towards me from TW, Aries man? Okay, the Aries man may be feeling a little bit weak. The relationship is not, I mean, the Ten of Cups is here. It's in reverse. So there's potential for happiness. It just may be a little bit of the ways off. And you have good karma around the situation, but I would be careful because the devil is here. So I don't know if he's got an addiction problem or if he's a little jealous, something like that. He also may feel a little bit out of balance, or he may be a little bit controlling, but he's going to be feeling very passionately for you. It just may take a while for this to come forward. It might not be happening right away. I mean, we may be looking more like into August. The Fool. Carefree, reckless abandonment is coming in around this Aries in you. Priscilla, what's coming in love for me? I'm single. You're going to be feeling a little bit more balanced. You have the Magician, so you can manifest anything you want. You also have good luck. Should be feeling a little bit more grounded. You're going to meet an air sign, a Libra, Gemini, or an Aquarius. If you haven't met them already, they could be coming in with a new love offer. You also have a Leo here. The Leo may be a lot of fun for you. Feeling like you've made it to the top of the mountain, but you do have a choice to make when it comes to love, and then all 10 cups will be full. So you're looking out for a couple of different people. At the end of the day, it's going to be your decision who you wind up with. AJ had an intense dream about Aid. We know each other, but only speak when we see each other. Just found out that he is getting married. What is this connection about? It's interesting because the Hangman is in reverse and the Death card is in reverse, which is kind of like the energy of stepping forward but stepping back at the same time and kind of going nowhere. Also feeling like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. The happy home is here, which could be him getting married, but you also have a wish around this situation. This is going to sound bizarre, and I don't know how much it has to do with you, but I don't know how thrilled he is about getting married. It may either not be his idea or he may be second guessing it because there's choices here. The Seven of Cups, it's like, I feel I have choices or I have to make a choice. I wonder if, oh man, he may walk away. He may walk away from that person, and slow and steady, he feels successful once he leaves the relationship. I'm not 100% sure because, you know, I don't know enough about him or who it is that he's marrying, but I wouldn't be surprised if the connection that you have with him and you're dreaming about him because you're kind of tuning into that either he's not happy or he's not wanting to do it, or that he may be looking for a way out. Yeah. I don't know exactly what his connection is to you or how you're going to fit into this. But somehow, I don't know if he has a conversation with you about it. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure that marriage is going to happen. Let's put it that way. And I think that somehow you may be involved in it. And I don't think that you're involved in it in a romantic way. I don't know how often you see him. Yeah, he may be speaking to you when next time you see him, and he may have some harsh words. Susie, I tried so hard to keep occupied. I'm relearning guitar, and I've even tried talking to other blokes. My workshop is nearly built, so things are improving, but I got drunk tonight and unblocked him. Oh boy. Okay, let me see what's going on here. All right, well, there's a couple of issues here. The biggest issue that we have here is the drinking, because if you, first of all, with all of the other issues that you have physically, alcohol just does not help that. It's not, for your body to have to detox through all of that alcohol on top of the other issues that you have autoimmune, that's a huge thing right there. So I would first tackle that. I would think about whether or not you want to reblock him, because he's going to reach out to you one way or another. And like, this situation is like, what I'm getting from it is like, you're doing these other things, but your heart isn't in it. It's like, I'm doing them because, I should do them, but your heart's not in it. It's like you're still hoping to hear you're still hoping to hear from him, or you're still hoping to reconnect with him, or you're still hoping that something there is going to change. And the whole situation, like, with all the physical issues that you have, to add alcohol to that on top of it sets you back physically. When you're physically not feeling great, then it's really hard to manifest things. Like, it's hard to get over something or move forward when you're feeling so terrible, and you've already feeling terrible without the alcohol. So I think there's a couple of things that need to happen. I mean, I personally would suggest blocking him, and I would really suggest spending time thinking about what it is you want, because I'm getting the feeling that you're like, what's coming through is, yeah, I'm doing it, but your heart's not in it. Your heart is really, I want to start this relationship back up with him. And there's a whole cycle here where everything is going against the greater good for yourself. Like, I hate getting into the topic of self-love, because I feel like it's such like bullshit. Like, yeah, I know I love myself, and if you don't love yourself, you can't love anyone else. I hate all that bullshit. But the truth is that if you're not taking care of yourself, and everything that you're doing is destructive, everything else is going to be destructive. So, like, it's like, okay, I'm practicing the guitar, but I'm also getting drunk. So it like, one thing is counteracting the other. It's like, okay, I went out and I ran 5 miles this morning, but I came home and I had a cheesecake. One thing is counteracting another. I feel like your head and your heart are more into wanting to restart the relationship with him than wanting to get over the relationship and put it behind you. Which, like I said the other day, is fine if you're willing to put up with that. If you're willing to accept him for the way he is, then unblock him and continue with the relationship. That's not for me to decide. But if you're hoping that you're going to reconnect with him and he's all of a sudden going to show up a different person, he isn't. So that's where you have to make the call. Like, do you really want to put him behind you and move forward? I would be very careful with the drinking, because your body's got enough going on that the alcohol is just adding to it. And listen, I used to be like fall down drunk in the bar 5-6 nights a week. I've been there. Believe me, I know what those demons are like. But I felt like at that time, everything happened I was more embarrassed. I think that that's what it was, that I was embarrassed, because the way everything happened, I felt like I had to remove myself from the bar. And I felt like I was more embarrassed, that I just wanted to put it behind me, and I wanted to pretend like nothing ever happened, because I was just horrified. But that's a whole other story. Diana, what keeps keeping in the way between Che and I? Okay.
All workplaces, all classrooms will enforce speech codes. Police departments will be defunded or disbanded.
Well, there's a couple of things that you have happening here. So the devil is in reverse, which means that, I mean, there may be some kind of an addiction or some sort of jealousy. It's mild, but that also could be resistance. So I'm not sure where you are in your relationship with this person, but there may be a lot of resistance around this situation, like one person wanting the other more, and kind of like repulsing this situation. There's also a decision that needs to be made to move forward. So I don't know if you're both on the same page, or if only one of you wants to move forward and the other one's not sure. Because there's a tower here. So I don't know if you've already had a tower moment, or if you're going to be having a tower moment. But either way, there's it's like, I feel like the two of you aren't on the same page. Like one person wants one thing or has one idea in their head and the other person has something different. And there's a miscommunication or a misalignment in the relationship.
These are some of the most racially polarizing, vindictive people on the face of the earth.
Liz, what does Randy think of me?
And no right to take away your voice.
He thinks that you're lucky and smart, spiritually connected and intuitive, attractive. Attractive comes up again. Hardworking, successful, intelligent, honest, very well balanced. New chapter. How will my birthday go? Nice. You should feel like you're about to embark on a new journey or a new like self-evolution, self-discovery. Like by next year at this time, you'll be a completely different person. Your birthday, you got cause for celebration, should be a good time. You actually have some money coming in too, 9 of Pentacles. I don't know, maybe some people are going to give you some nice gifts. Balance, patience, compassion, serenity, peacefulness all coming around your birthday. Liz, when will I reconnect with Randy? Could be within the next 2 weeks. Adriana, is he going to try to come to me fast? Yes, I think so. Oh my God, I can't take Benadryl. Forget it. You know what would happen to me? I'd be on the floor for four days, drooling on myself. Anna, what zodiac signs really want to be my man this year? What zodiac signs really want to be my man this year? Okay, what's coming in? An air sign. You got an air sign here. Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. You got 2 air signs, and you have a Taurus. You got a Taurus, a Virgo, and 2 air signs. You got a lot. You're gonna have a lot of options. Susie, why am I behaving out of character and reckless as far as the connection is concerned? What is going on? Well, I mean, there's obvious heartbreak around the situation. We know that. And we know that it's kind of, you know, makes you feel like you're a little stuck in the mud and feel a little hurt. But it's really throwing you off. I don't know. There's a couple of things. I had a friend who, and I always talk about her, when her and her boyfriend broke up, they were together for quite some time, probably about 6, maybe 7 years. She said that even though she didn't want to be with him anymore, she just felt like she was never going to be with anyone else. And she felt like, even though it wasn't that it was him she was crying over, it was that she was crying over the fact that she would never be with anybody again. So that was in her case. She went through a downward spiral like you wouldn't believe. Gained a ton of weight, couldn't hold a job, made a real mess out of her life. Really, like, took out like thousands and thousands of dollars in student loans, moved into New York City, dropped out of school, spent the money. Just a disaster. She was just a disaster for a really long time. Moved out to California, came back. Craziness went on. Eventually she got it together. But I think that like, in this case, I'm trying to like, for me, when I've been in situations where I've been so hurt, like I remember when Gary told me that he was going to France with his ex-girlfriend, and I was just like fucking devastated, like crying like somebody died. And for me, like I can't eat. Like I feel like it's all sitting here. I just can't eat. And then it's like if people would comment about how like thin I was getting, I would feel like embarrassed by that because I felt like they could see it or that they knew that something was wrong. I mean, so I always would try to act like my normal self, but I just felt like I couldn't eat. Like I felt like everything sat right here, and I just really wanted to drink water. That's it. Um, and I don't know that I've ever, like, I think I still kind of handle things like that. But I think like putting things in perspective, and like when you're acting out of character or doing something, like I used to joke with one of my friends that I work with that like if I'm fat, I'm happy, because I would have a harder time watching my weight when I was in a good place, rather than because it comes down to a control thing. I can control my weight, I can control what I eat, I can, if I feel my feelings are out of control, like everything comes back to our like basic needs. So if you're feeling out of control and you're looking for something to control, you control what's in your immediate environment. That's why some people like clean constantly and they organize things constantly. I don't have that. I don't do that. I tend to take things out on myself physically. Um, this is a way that you're processing pain and disappointment. But the thing is that how can I explain it? It comes back to self-love, because it's like if you care enough about yourself, you don't let somebody treat you like that. If you care enough about yourself, you don't, like me, not eat. If you care enough about yourself, but it's like for me, I would feel like if my stomach was like burning and the pain was in my stomach, then I wasn't feeling the pain in my heart. Like that's the way that I would feel. Like I would rather feel the pain in my stomach, where it would be at those moments where I can understand, where people that would cut themselves, like I could understand why they do it, because to feel pain elsewhere kind of releases it from somewhere else. So it would make sense to me. I think that it's similar, like you're acting out of character because it's a way that you're dealing with your pain. And all of us, if we can deal with pain in a healthier way, the better off we are. And the quicker we can process it, the faster it's going to go into the past. And the thing is, I mean, think about other people that you felt this way about and that you cried over and that you were upset over. It goes into the past and eventually you don't care. And you're like, really? I was that upset over this loser? And I mean, because I look back on some of the people that I'm like, really? Like I laid on the floor crying over that? Or whoever it was, because it's like, are they really that great? They're not. They're really not that great. I'll say it a million times. You can go out any day of the week and find somebody to treat you like shit. Very easy to find somebody like that. It's not easy to find someone who's going to be good to you. So who loses in the end? Not really you. He does. You could replace him. It's going to be hard for him to replace you. Julie, how will the job go for me at the Marcia facility? It should go well. It may come in when you least expect it, and it's like embarking on a new journey. Cause for celebration around it and forward movement. Coco, love reading for me and A, the Aries. Okay, well, you got a couple of things happening here. So somebody is backing up or walking away with the Eight of Cups. Now, it doesn't mean that A is like it's either of you. You could like walking away from each other. Somebody could be walking away from something else and heading towards you. If this is someone from your past, Six of Cups, they're coming back towards you. They're very strong and they want things to move forward quickly. If it's not someone from your past, you got someone from your past coming back that's going to do that. Now, if this is somebody new, she also may want things to move forward, but she may be less reluctant to like push it. She may be waiting for you to reach out to her or for you to do some of the work. She may be feeling a little bit more like she wants to be pursued, whereas the person from the past that comes back may be a little bit more persistent. Either way, you're going to have the opportunity for things to change between the two of you quickly. The world will be at your feet around this situation. You have the power of manifesting with the magician. Peace and harmony show up around the relationship. And it also may come down to divine timing. So there's possibility of this relationship getting off the ground in the near future if you wanted to. But there's still somebody from your past coming back. If it's not her. If she's from your past, then that's who we're talking about. If not, we're talking about somebody else. Rayleigh, welcome. I don't know if you answer pregnancy questions. Maybe too early to tell, but do you think I'm pregnant? Anytime I answer questions like that, I always just say, you know, I'm not a doctor, and always see a doctor if you have medical issues. But I'll answer the question. The pregnancy ones are interesting. I mean, look, just tarot cards in general are interesting, but I'll tell you why. Because number one, it could be too early, so that's why we could get a negative. Then there's also a million other reasons, you know, like women that get pregnant never know they're pregnant and miscarry. Then there are women that it comes up negative, the tests come up negative so many times, but really they've been pregnant. And like, I mean, that happens all the time too. Okay, so I get here a 70% chance, yes, you're pregnant. So the way that we can analyze this would be 70%. So if you're not pregnant now and you don't get pregnant by the end of the month, you still have a pretty high probability that before the end of the year, you will get pregnant. So be careful if you don't want children. And if you do want children, the cards are in your favor. But, you know, once again, this is a free will thing. So if you are trying to have a baby, the chances are high that before the end of the year, yes, you will have one. If you don't want to have a baby, the suggestion would be to be extra careful and not get careless at any point, because the percentage is so high. Jay, how is Grace feeling about me currently? Thinks that you're growing and evolving. Thinks that you're attractive, loving, kind. Attractive comes up again. Hardworking, successful, spiritual, intuitive, and intelligent. Jay Allen. Love reading till the end of June. Okay. Okay, first thing is you have a wish, put it out into the universe. Use your intuition. Around you, you've got a couple of things. Laying down the law, setting up boundaries, and really putting out into the universe what you want brings in passion, good fortune, and feeling well balanced. You have a Cancer coming in. You also have an Earth sign coming in, a Taurus, Capricorn, or a Virgo. Love connection comes in within the next couple of months, definitely before the end of the year. Feeling like you've made it to the top of the mountain. And you also have a Taurus here. So you may not establish the relationship in June, but you should at least be meeting the people, and there should be some talk in June or some action in June. The relationship may come in a little bit later, like a full-blown committed relationship, if you choose to go in that direction. You don't have to, but the opportunity will be there. Susie, I'm hoping to get over, so I kept busy. Yeah, yes, but then on the other hand, you unblocked him. You know what I mean? Like, for me, the reason why I bring up the drinking in the bar, I wasn't involved with that guy. He wanted absolutely nothing to do with me. It was really embarrassing, the whole situation. And I felt like I needed to remove myself. And I knew that if I spent time away, I would forget about it. I just needed time away. And I did. I took about 6 months away. And but I didn't drink either because I was afraid that if I did drink, like that's the whole thing with drinking, you know, your judgment is skewed. So when you're drinking, things seem like a good idea, but that's what, so I didn't allow myself to drink because I knew I wouldn't make rational decisions, and I knew that if I got drunk I was going to wind up back over at that bar, and I didn't want to do that. I had already felt embarrassed. I really felt like an asshole, and I just didn't want to be back in that situation. So that's the thing. Like, you know, if you stay busy all day long, that's great. But if you wind up getting drunk at night and unblocking him, or having, like, the next time you may reach out to him. So the alcohol is a problem if you know, right now. It doesn't mean that, you know, first of all, I mean, I would just say because of all your other physical issues that alcohol would not be a good thing, but because what alcohol allows us to do. So when you're already feeling like you're in a shitty situation and then you add alcohol to it, like that's why we have the drunk dial. That's why, like, people joke about it, because that's what happens. So staying on the straight and narrow for most of the day is great. But if you unblock him and end up calling him at night and getting drunk, that it's already undone everything you did all day. So you're only really half in it. And you know, you're half in it, you're half out, which isn't really taking you anywhere. So that's, to me, that's what the issue is. Staying on the straight and narrow. Like, I knew for myself that if I were to get drunk, I would have wound up back over at that bar. And even like, even when it wasn't him, even if it was somebody else I was involved with, I always knew that I couldn't get drunk because I would reach out, or I would say something, or I would try to have somebody take me to where they were going to be. And I, you know, I don't want to put myself in that position, because you can't get over somebody if you're still talking to them and you're still seeing them. Like, it just doesn't work that way. You need time and space to put it behind you. Jolene, a reading for my friend's marriage. Will it break? Okay, let's see. Oh, it's going to break. There may be a third party around. Yeah. Liz, general for the next week. General for the next week. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so next week, you may be spending time with an Aries. And this Aries may be thinking the world of you. You also may be feeling like you made it to the top of the mountain. You can breathe a sigh of relief, putting arguments, sharp words, pain, and bullshit in the past. Next week may be a good week for you, feeling more balanced and feeling like you have good luck and good fortune on your side. Krista, has A the Aquarius been thinking about me? Yes. Phantom, is the earth sign coming my way, or do I know her? All right. Is the earth sign somebody we already know? Yeah, I think that you may know this person. I'm not an emotional eater either. Yeah, I don't want to eat. I feel like it sits right here. New chapter. Will me and George ever get a chance to be in a real relationship? How will things be in the future? Well, see, like this is what's annoying about the cards. Like the cards show that you're in a real relationship or that the relationship has been real. I know what you mean. And what the future shows is that you do have a love connection and there is a wish around the situation. There's abundance and the relationship can move forward at some point. I'm just not sure how long it's going to take. And if at that point you would still be, you may not be, now the ball may seem like it's in his court, but there may be at some point where, the shoe is on the other foot.
Yeah, I can't wait Joe Biden commenting on this. What is he? I mean, is this what super America is going to look like the whole country if he should get elected president? I think they got to start asking him that question. I got to play you. Speaking of the mayor, though, Bernie of Seattle, just a few
Adriana, I'm still smelling a smell. Could be a spirit. It's probably a spirit. Yeah, it's a spirit. If the scent is something pleasing, then it would be a good spirit. I wouldn't worry about it. If it's a bad smell, I would sage. Kayla, what does Bobby think of me? Thinks that you are intelligent, grounded, down to earth, constantly transforming and growing, peaceful, pleasant to be around, serene, attractive, lucky, loyal. CC, general for love for the next 2 weeks. Will I hang out with M? I don't think in the next 2 weeks you're going to hang out with M. Let's see what else is going on. You might be spending time with a Cancer, and the Cancer may be kind of persistent. If M is a Cancer, it could be him, but and you have a wish around love, but it looks like you're spending time with the Cancer. You also have good luck around that situation with the Cancer. Susie, I'd been sober for 10 plus years. Will I be able to stop? If you stopped before, then you know it's possible for you to stop again. But you see how destructive this person has been in your life? So, like this is where, like, and I'm not saying that you're doing this, but I hear it from other people where people will be like, well, he's my twin flame, or we have this connection, or we're connected. You're not connected to somebody who's destroying your life. Like, you're not meant to be with somebody who's destroying your life. And to be sober for 10 years and start drinking because of him, to me, this is getting to a point now where it's crossed the lines of just him being an asshole and, being hard to deal with, to like really starting to destroy your life. Just with the physical problems that you have that are medical, the alcohol is not helpful in that situation. I wouldn't suggest anyone with those kind of issues to drink. Crohn's disease, all that stuff is not. Alcohol doesn't help. It doesn't help anything. So now we've crossed a line from him just being a complete asshole to your mental state, your physical sobriety, and your physical health is being compromised. So at this point, I would say that it would be definitely time to block him, delete his number, and forget that you ever met him, because this isn't, if something is not adding to your life, then why have it in it? And then if something is just kind of mediocre, like you have those friends that are just kind of mediocre, like you see them, you know, you really can't rely on them, but they're pretty harmless. That's one thing. But this person is negatively affecting your life, and it's affecting your sobriety and your physical health. So what does that tell you about him? You know, that's not just like, you know, he didn't return my text message. It's like my physical health is in jeopardy over this guy. Is he worth it? What makes him worth it? What has he done that makes him worthy of this? I mean, what is it that you fear that you're losing over this? You know, it's not like he showed up with $1 million and he was, you know, Mr. Wonderful. He hardly showed up, and when he did, we didn't know what we were going to get for him anyway. So if he's having this negative impact on your life, I really would say that it's time to just block him, delete him, and do whatever you can to keep him out of your life, because it's this is so negative and so destructive that if you keep him in your life, it can continue to get worse. And you already have enough physical stuff. You don't need this. Josette, I kept having back-to-back dreams about Dre last night. Why? Well, when somebody is in your subconscious and they're on your mind consciously, it's just natural that you're going to have dreams about them. You know, that's just what happens. The subconscious mind is funny because it stores everything. So it's not really coincidental that you have dreams about people in your nighttime that are affecting you in the daytime, because it's in your head and that's what you're thinking about. So once again, like, there are a lot of people here that are going through similar situations where somebody is taking up a whole lot of space in their head and physically affecting them, and, you know, in a negative way. You know, like, years ago, when I could understand when, like, women would stay in situations where, you know, they weren't happy, but they had 3 kids and they had nowhere to go and they didn't work. But things have changed, and, you know, I've come along the lines in my life thinking, if you're not adding anything to my life and you're not, then what do I need you for? You know what I mean? So, you know, a lot of the times, like, when people are so upset, ask yourself, what is this person bringing to my life? Emotionally, they're unavailable. They don't answer my text messages. It's like pulling teeth trying to get them to have a conversation with me or for our relationship to move forward. So why am I stressing out over this person? Because they're not, and the reason usually comes back to that the relationship has just gone too far out of balance. So the other person doesn't feel like they have to do anything because you're doing all the work. But the dreams are just what's going on in your head during the day. When you close your eyes, it's going to continue to go on. And sometimes it's fears that will act out. Sometimes it's hopes that will act out. That's why a lot of times when people are like, oh, I had this dream about him and this, that, and the next thing happened. Now I think that we're meant to be together. And I'm like, no, you know, I don't want to give fuel to this idea that, like, there's some deep meaning behind, you know, like, a lot of people I think are really in situations where they're hooked on people and they're hooked on the idea of it, and they're not really seeing the person clearly for who they are, and it becomes like it takes over their whole life. It's consuming their whole life. So my suggestion would be, try to take a little break from this. Try to pull your energy back a little bit. I'm not saying that he's not important or that you guys didn't have a connection, but if you're dreaming about him, your mind, it's just not shutting off. Your brain isn't shutting off. So you're going to bed at night still with the wheels churning, which, if 2 people are in a relationship, like, you usually don't have that kind of a, yeah, like, when a relationship is balanced and 2 people are in a relationship, one person usually isn't that fixated and focused on the other person. You know, like, if you're with somebody, let's say you're in a relationship with somebody, and, like, you wake up in the morning, and if they normally text you but there's not a text message there, Like if the relationship is normal, you don't really think twice about it. You're like, ah, whatever. Or you just don't even think about it and you reach out to the other person. And like when you go to bed at night, you're not thinking all day about them because you're just not obsessing over them because they're there. You know what I mean? But a lot of people, like it's consuming their whole life, and it's coming out in other ways. So I'm not surprised that you're dreaming about him because he's on your mind constantly. And if the relationship were more balanced, I don't think he would be in your head the way he is. Because I think the relationship would have more of a stability to it. So once again, I would say pull your energy way back from this situation and see if he comes forward. Krista, how does A feel about me? Feels that you're attractive, hardworking, unique, passionate, kind, down to earth, grounded, but yet spunky, fiery, fun to be around, attractive comes up again, hardworking, abundant, pleasant. He feels good about you, or she, whoever it is. Jay, why do I understand Grace so much? Why do I understand Grace so much? Does she notice? I don't know if she gets it. No, I don't think that she gets it as so much. I mean, she does. She's very interested in you, and there is a good connection between the two of you. But I don't think she realizes it, or she thinks that you're as into her as you are, or that you feel anything. She also does think that there is room for growth and evolution here with the two of you, but I don't know that she notices. I think that she would be kind of taken back and surprised if she thought that you were like that into her. Like I don't think that she believes that you're that into her. So like, what's Leroy planning for Sunday? Will I enjoy it? He may want to take a little trip somewhere. Lover's card is here. You should enjoy it. The Lover's card is success. I don't know if he wants to take you out somewhere, like out for the day, or is going somewhere, and it would be successful and you would like it. I think you'll have a good time. Adriana, what does he want? Well, there's a few things. He doesn't want to hold himself back. He doesn't want to have anxiety. He doesn't want to be betrayed. He's looking to be loved, to be honored, and he really wants to be in control. He's highly intuitive, but he's also his own worst enemy. He's got a lot of fear around him. He may come off like he's confident, but he's not as confident as he comes off. Stephanie, I don't see it yet, so let me do Priscilla. What will my future boyfriend or partner be like? Okay. Grounded and down to earth, may be successful with money. Kind, he'll have a nice big heart. He's going to be well respected at his job. He may have a high position. Well prepared, confident, loyal. Down to earth, lucky, happy. You're going to find him to be very attractive. Also very spontaneous. Stephanie, will my nurse leader give me the morning shift? We had a talk today and I don't think it went well. This has been going on for months, okay? Will we get the morning shift? I think you are going to get the morning shift. Even if it didn't go well, even if you have to maybe wait a little while, I think you do end up in the morning shift.
does that mean they have to change their name to what? The Union Babes or something? I don't know. When I saw this, I thought the Confederate Railroad very soon could be facing reconstruction. You know that group? Black piece could be the green split piece. Who knows what's going to happen here? All right. Well, before we go,
Sweet thing. Do you see any more tower moments or confusion?
well, the fine says he appeared at a Philadelphia event on the economy today. Well, he was honest.
Not for a while. I mean, obviously, at some point there will be more tower moments, but not right now. No, I think you're good for a little while. Adriana, in which type of environment or place am I going to meet him? I don't know if I can get that. Let's see. It may have something to do with business, around business. There's pentacles here. I don't know if it's a bank, around money, around finance, something like that. Stephanie, is V talking bad about me to T or to anyone else? What is she saying? No, I don't think she's saying anything. Stephanie, general for next week. There may be a little argument at the beginning of the week, and you may be feeling a little unsuccessful around some relationship, and maybe feeling like you're not getting your wish. But moving past that, the week may be slow and may kind of drag by, but towards the end, you feel a little bit better. There may even be some adventure that comes in, or something that's fun and out of the ordinary, and then you start to feel better and the sun comes out. Yes, sweet thing, I got your email. I'll do it in the morning. Stephanie, what does the tall, bald guy I saw at lunch think of me? He's cute. Okay, let's see. He thinks that you're creative, kind. He thinks that you're attractive, down to earth. I think he's noticed you before. And he thinks that you're peaceful, calm, and serene. I think that he's noticed you before. That's good. I'm glad that you're noticing somebody else. That's definitely good. Adriana, what does the spirit want from me? Oh, it may just be around to protect you. Or it just maybe, I mean, I don't think it wants anything. I would sage. Just sage, you know, or spray Florida water if you can, something like that. Light a white candle. See if you can send it on its way. I don't think it wants anything. In my research, I don't really have the best sense of smell. So, but I've heard that it could be a spirit, and that if it's a bad smell, it's like a foul smell would be a negative entity. And then if it's a scent that you like, it could be a pleasant spirit. But clearing out the space and the energy is not a bad idea. Oh, excuse me.
I'm Jeff Holmes. For 37 years, we have been fighting for survivors of child sex abuse. Even in these uniquely challenging times, we're still fighting with dedication and devotion. New York law gives survivors a chance to take legal action, but only for a limited time. If you were sexually abused by a priest, scout leader, coach, or teacher, contact us confidentially today. It's time. Attention CPAP users. Does your big CPAP make travel?
Allison, how will my job hunt go in Arizona?
Introducing the Transcend 365, the world's smallest CPAP and heated humidifier that's so efficient it can even run on a travel-sized battery.
It should go well. I think that you could get something relatively soon.
Humidification technology. It's so small it can fit in your briefcase or purse. And it's FAA compliant. There's nothing else like the Transcend 365. Try it for yourself. Everywhere. Go online now for one of these authorized
Oh, I skipped Jay Allen. Let me go see.
or you can buy
Oh, here we go. What makes Grace think that I'm not interested?
830-1242 or visit mytranscend.com.
I don't know if you're not consistent enough. I think she feels that you're not consistent enough with either conversations or with communication. Dorkula, am I having a spiritual awakening?
Last night we got the story of UCLA professor Gordon Fine, who was suspended for the hate
Yes, you are.
not letting black students postpone
Yep.
final exams in the wake of George Floyd's death. What's my
Allison, anything that you say?
Ivy League institution? Professor William Jacobson has taught at Cornell Law School for over a dozen years, but that hasn't enough to get him from the law.
You have a lot of strength coming in, possibly a new business opportunity, and prepared to take life by the horns and move forward. Feeling much more respected, feeling like life is much better, and also feeling much more imbalanced and like you have good karma on your side.
Professor Jacobson joins me now to respond. Professor, you're a conservative, so you're used to being in the minority
Okay.
on college campuses. This level of vitriol.
I'm going to go back up to the top.
This is so far beyond political correctness. This is almost a totalitarian type of mentality that everything you say and everything you do is watched. And if you don't tell us how
Magic. Will I pass all my classes this semester?
that's exactly what happened here. I simply told a couple of truths about the foundations of the Black Lives Matter movement. It was based upon the claim that Michael Brown was shot by police while he had
Yes, you will.
he was saying don't shoot.
Mal Polly, what's the future for the Gemini and me once things return to normal?
Don't shoot. That's a complete fabrication. It's not a fabrication because
Um,
fabrication because it's
well, it may be a little bit of a rocky road because first it shows the Three of Cups, which would be cause for celebration when things get back to normal, but then the Two of Cups is in reverse, which would indicate a breakup or a problem in the relationship, and then feeling like there's a long road ahead of you to get back on track. But eventually, if you want, you could have a new beginning.
ethos that has carried on forever. And that's why we see calls to defund and deconstruct the police. But it's based on a fabricated tale that gave rise to this movement.
So it was your nerve that you had to state a truth.
Beyond Tarot, will I take a trip somewhere this year?
Professor, the Cornell Law School dean put out a statement in support of your academic freedom, but then he went also went on, of course, to say this. Recent blog posts from Professor
Yes, you will.
broad and
It should be a good time, too.
on the goals of those protesting for justice for Black Americans do not reflect the values of Cornell Law School. I found his recent post to be both offensive and poorly reasoned. Professor, you can keep your job, but you're going to be verbally flogged in public, and I think the effort is to make sure students shy away from taking your class. That's what I think is going on here.
Well, that statement by the
Sonia, do you see any wish fulfillment anytime this year? Okay, let's see. Any wish fulfillment coming in sometime before the end of this year?
on the violence and the ruin and the tearing down of society. That's what I was talking about. I think anybody reading my post would fairly come to that conclusion. But there's a bigger point here.
Yes, you should have at least one wish fulfilled before the end of the year.
Say the craziest, most offensive things from a left-wing perspective. They never get called out. They never have their deems issued.
Allison, what does Derek think about me?
In law school, me, who gets singled out, and it's almost like a public shaming.
He likes you. There's cause for celebration around the situation. I don't think he thinks that you're serious about him, or I think he feels like you have other opportunity around you. He does want the relationship with you and him to move forward. He just may pull his energy back if he feels like he's got competition, or if he feels like your energy is elsewhere. L, is Jay going through a spiritual awakening? Yes, absolutely. 3 aces. Josette.
Well, a lot of them are left, but they always speak very quietly. They talk to you in hushed tones and behind closed doors. It's a very
I don't know if I see it yet.
atmosphere on all campuses. A typical example,
Let me do Mariana. Boyfriend's current energies and feelings towards me. Well, the energy is like stable and secure, which is, but then the love cup is running out. So it's like there's stability and structure and security in the relationship itself, but he may be feeling a little bit like, the passion is fading, and then there could possibly be a tower moment at some point. I would definitely communicate, you know, and if you're feeling that too, I would have a conversation about it if you want to try to save this relationship. Adriana, is he going to take me to road trips? Yes, you will do road trips. Josette, it's not just D. I dream about other people, of what's going to happen or already happened in my dreams, or deep, and I dream every time I sleep. Some people dream more than others, yeah, and some people remember them more than others. I mean, if you're telling me that you've had prophetic dreams and you have them constantly, then that's one thing. Then I'm not sure what the question is. But if it's just that he's in your mind, people that you dream about that are people that are in your life, you're going to dream about. Like, that's normal. It happens to everyone. I think things that are abnormal or odd are when, there are some people that have prophetic dreams. I've only had them a handful of times. I don't have them every night. I don't even have them every year. I've only had them a few times. I don't know what else to say about it. I mean, it's like dreams are a reflection of what's going on in the subconscious. Some people do have prophetic dreams, but most people don't. Most people don't. So, if you're telling me that you do, then I'm not really sure what the question is. Because the original question you said was about him, that you were dreaming about him, right? For example, you can get body pills regularly $89.99, only $29.99 with your promo code. With our 60-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to lose. I can't find the other question now.
Bottom line is, Mom's love that Thunder Frost Premium Sliced Meats have no byproducts.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the question is. So can you just rephrase the question and put it with purple hearts?
Waste over $21 billion by overpaying on car insurance. Enter the zebra.
Adriana, I dreamt someone anonymously gave me a lollipop. What does that mean? Huh. Let's see what the cards say about that.
You could get just the one part at the typical auto parts store. Or for the same money at rockauto.com, get the alternator plus the milk and ginger kit you need to do the repair right.
Are the cards suggesting that passion, happiness, and divine timing are on their way? That's what the cards are suggesting. Slobo, is Diamant going to text me tonight or tomorrow? You have a greater chance of hearing from him tomorrow, but the chance is pretty high that you'll hear from him tonight. But I would go with tomorrow. Dorkala, anything you see for me? You're about to embark on a personal transformation and your life can be changing quickly overnight. You may have an idea pop into your head for a business that you may be quite focused on, leaving things in the past that no longer serve you, moving into a direction where things are much more either stable or there's more security or opportunity for growth, and your intuition is heightened, so please listen to it. All right, I want to wait for Josette to explain Josette's question. Al, the real reason that he's been questioning religion so much. Oh, well, here you go with the spirituality. I think he's going through a little bit of a transformation. Got a transformation happening. His intuition is heightened, and he's also feels like his life is changing quickly, or he wants to change his life quickly. He's looking for answers. Yep.
Protesters say they, not the police, not the mayor, are now in control of several city blocks. Many in the mainstream media portraying it as a street festival with food and activities, while some residents describe a frightening scene with armed leaders and president says local leaders do not restore law and order. He may step in and get it done. Hello and welcome to Fox News at 9. I'm Shannon Green in Washington. As much as the president admires the military, there are questions tonight about how top military brass feels about him. Leland Bittard starts us there with that story. Hey, Leland.
Well said tonight, Shannon. There is clear disagreement between Republican-controlled Senate Armed Services Committee, the Defense Secretary.
I did one from Mariana. Yeah, I don't know if I skipped one though. There may have been another one. And I want to answer for Josette, but I'm not sure what the question is.
Breaking tonight, it's not the only domestic political issue now facing the Army. I should not have been there. My presence in that moment and in that environment created a perception of military involved in domestic politics. As a commissioned uniformed officer, there's a mistake. General Martin Milley's first comments on his walk to St. John's Church with President Trump isn't the only thing dividing him and the commander.
So super chat wise, it's just Josette, right? Oh, and Shawnee.
Fort Bragg, home to the airborne and the special forces, and the list goes on. Former four-star General David Petraeus wrote in an op-ed, "We do not live in a country to which Braxton Bragg, Henry L. Benton, or Robert E. Lee can serve as inspiration. Acknowledging this fact is imperative." But in a tweet yesterday, President Trump said, "My administration will not even consider the
Tori, will I be pleased with the results of my manifestation around in the Sag? Okay, let's see.
Senator Elizabeth Pocahontas Warren just introduced an amendment that will be aiming at many of our legendary military bases. Hopefully our great Republican senators will fall for this.
Hearing the opinion of order.
But the Republican-controlled Senate Armed Services Committee approved the amendment by
Yes, you will be pleased.
military 3 years to rename the bases. While Congress debates,
Yeah, you can close the super chats. I just want to answer that question for Josette. I'm not sure what she's asking. Shawnee, is the reason I haven't heard from Corey because he is busy being lover boy. Okay, let's see. No, I'm not getting that at all. No, he may be working. I don't think he's. I mean, it's not to say that he's not screwing around, but that's not the reason.
Leland, thank you. So, amid the destruction and removal of Confederate statues and monuments, the battle lines have been drawn in the dispute over renaming military bases, those that are named after Confederate leaders. Let's get some exclusive insight from Fox News senior strategic analyst and former commander of Fort Bragg, North Carolina. General Jack Keane, good to have you with us, sir.
Delighted to be here.
Okay, so a big debate tonight about whether these bases will be renamed, whether that will be part of the National Defense
Norman,
Authorization, whether the president will veto it.
is Daffer with his wife in the same home, and did he divorce? Okay, is Daffer with his wife?
Time to rename them.
That's interesting. I think Commander was very honest to do that. I was also interested enough, my first assignment as a brand new second lieutenant to the 82nd Airborne Division in the Army. Let me be clear about these bases. These are United States Army.
I do think that they're still in the same home. If they're divorced, they maybe haven't worked out all of the details yet, but I think right now they may still be in the same home.
To be frank about it, we did not try them for treason. That was a great call because we wanted to.
Okay, just saying, I'm not normal. I dream about people I know and don't even know. I get prophetic dreams every night. I don't have a question. Oh, well then if you have prophetic dreams every night, then you have prophetic dreams every night. Yeah. Okay, then there's no question. Okay. All right. Well then I am going to go and answer the moderators. I think Brandy and Mel are the only ones that are here. Oh, Shawnee posted one? All right, I get Shawnee. Hang on. I just saw it. I saw him today. He didn't see me when I saw him. He was going to another female's house.
In their minds was their home. This is where they deployed from. This is where they come back from. So
what was the question, though?
Conversation about what is appropriate. I don't believe we should be so dismissive.
Wait a minute. Shawnee, can you just send the question? Because I didn't see it.
The former Secretary of State, who is a black woman, as we know, grew up in the Deep South in Alabama, and said, after the Charlottesville incident,
Oh, was he going? Okay, let's see. Was he going into another female's house today?
we should not sanitize our history. And I think that's sage advice. Listen, I've got an open mind on this, Shannon. And if the Congress of the United States, if they're moving in a direction, they're talking the attitudes of the American people, and there is overwhelming support in terms of support. We're just in very
Nope.
stages of that.
He wasn't.
If that actually happens, I'm inclined to keep the bases as they are because of the history of our soldiers and what they have.
He wasn't. I don't know where he was going, but when I asked it as a yes, no question, I didn't even get one ace.
There's no discussion about them. We don't draw any inspiration from them, but our soldiers draw inspiration from each other and from what they did together on behalf of the United States of America. But if the American people, through their elected representatives, want to change, then I think we should be open to it.
We'll see as that proceeds. I also want to ask you about General Milley, who heads up the chairs of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. And much has been made about his.
All right, I'm up to Mel. Energy around the Pisces towards me. I'm sure he thinks that I'm cold-hearted by now, but I've been ignoring his request to speak to me. Well, good. I mean, I know that you're very strong, but I feel like you're not going to get taken advantage of. Like, you really put your foot down, and when somebody doesn't do the right thing, you end it. So I think that that's healthy. I think that's good. And I think that that's how we all should be. Unfortunately, I think it's harder. Like, listen, I've had a hard time myself. So I totally sympathize with everybody else that's going through it. And I've been there a million times. But I really think that it's healthy when you put your foot down. And when you're not getting what you want from someone and you don't put up with it anymore. Okay, the current energy around the Pisces towards me is, he's not going to give up. Not right now. He's got the Magician. He's going to keep trying to reach you. And even, look, there's sharp words. He doesn't care. You did knock him a little bit off balance, but his energy is that he's still going to try to reach out to you. At least right now he is. Brandy, does Deverick have feelings for me? Yes, he does. He does. I think that that's good though, Mel. I really do, because I feel like the more that like you cut off the energy of what you don't want, then the quicker something else can come in that, you know, that may be what you want. You know what I mean? Like if you keep putting up with things that you don't want, it's hard for the universe to have room to bring in what you do want. So I don't think he's going to give up right away. I think he's still going to try to get in touch with you or talk to you, but you'll hold your ground, and I don't have any doubt that you won't. And I think that I think it's good. I really do. I wish that I had more of that in me, because I mean, it's tough for. I think it's tough for most of us, but like everything else, changing a behavior, once you start to change it, it gets easier. You know what I mean? It's like hard the first time, but once you start to like put your foot down, the easier it gets the next time you have to do it. All right, I am going to go. I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow, I think it might be it's probably going to be 5 and then again at 9:30, because I have a bunch of privates to do in the morning. Probably 5 and then 9:30. If anything changes, I'll let you know. And if anybody's interested in those candles, I have 4 little ones left and 2 of the bigger ones. You can email me. All right, I will see you guys later. Thank you all for coming, and have a great night. Good night, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.